Okay, so I wanted to kind of show you guys what it is we're going to be working on next. Now we've done this one, right? This was our 6 coil bowl. On that one, so we got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that one kind of had 7 in that one. Well, let's roll here. Now I got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 coils high on what we're doing this. So just a bowl on that. And remember, it's smooth on the inside. So this is the quick review on those. Then we had other ones that we had it smooth on the outside and then smooth on the inside as well. It's always important to smooth them on the inside because that's where, like if it's a cereal bowl, that's where the cereal is going to be, right? And so if it's smooth, that means that no food particles get stuck inside the pieces. If you have like gouges and different things like that, if you have a surface like this on the inside, then food particles can get in the seams and they're hard to clean out, and so then it starts to rot, and that's not really good on those. So you always want them smooth on the inside. But for decorations, sometimes you want it smoothed on the outside, sometimes you want the coil showing on the outside. So it's kind of up to you. This next project we're going to do is up to you on that. You could have it smooth on the outside and then have pressed in decorations or add-on decorations or something along those lines you want to do. Or you could have the coil showing and make that work for you. Okay, that's going to be completely up to you. We're going to make a taller form, a vase type of a form on that. I call it a two curved pot. And so what do I mean by that? Well, let me show you. So if I was doing this piece here and I was going to make a pot, what I mean by 2 curves is you may have a curve going, this is just from a side view on your pot, you may have one curve like that, and then you may have another curve like this. And they don't have to be dramatic curves, okay? And so if I was making this into a vase or a bottle or something like that, it would be something like that, right? A 2 curved pot, so it curves this way, then it curves back this way. I get it, yeah. And so 2 curves is usually enough to make it have some movement on it. And the curves you don't want too sharp. If you have them like really sharp like this, right? And then it goes like this. The weight of the clay a lot of times comes down here and it goes and it crashes and it doesn't work as well. But having it just a gentle curve like this and then a gentle curve the other way, I suppose you could have it, the 2 curved things. You could have one going like this and then another one going like this, right? Kind of like this sort of a vase sort of a thing. And so the 2 curves are kind of up to you on how you want to apply those. And they can be subtle. They don't have to be dominant. They don't have to be monstrous on those. But a 2 curve pot. Now, how are you going to kind of guide that when you're making it? Here's what you're going to do. I have cardstock. And the cardstock is about 8.5 inches tall. Okay, which is really good for us. Because this assignment, I want it somewhere between 8 and 10 inches tall. You can make it taller if you want, but I want it at least that tall. So since this is 8.5 inches tall, this ought to work out just about right for us. So you can take your cardstock, and that's in a box over by the light over there. And so you're going to make my 2 curves on it. So I'm going to make my curve like this, going this way, and then this one is going to be a little bit more subtle. It's going to go up like that. So there's my 2 curves on those. I probably should have cut that a little bit more in the middle with those. Let's do that. Move this over just a little bit so it's right in the middle. Okay, there's my 2 curves. Then I take the scissors and I cut out my 2 curves on that one. I just follow it around, slice, slice, slice. And the scissors are located over in the tool section like this. And so this is the outside curve of my project. So I start coiling, blend, and then I use this as a guide. I can slide it in like this to make sure my coils are going in the right direction. Oh, and so that's going to keep it uniform as you come up and have your curves on the side. This is just a little template as a guide, and if it's flat on the bottom, you just sit here and just slide it. Oh, that needs to be a little bit wider. Now, we all know from our experience with the pinch pots and that sort of thing, if clay needs to go out a little bit wider, you could just kind of pinch it out a little bit wider. You can pull it out to make that happen and make some of those adjustments. You can be stacking the coils right on top of each other, and so that it works for you. But using this just as a little bit of a guide for making your coil pot. So a 2-curved coil pot. Up on the board behind me, you may see some older pottery sort of things, some Greek and Roman and those sort of things, Greek pottery over here. They usually have kind of a 2-curve rule. If you look at it, sometimes theirs is a 3-curve because they have a foot added to it. Okay, we don't necessarily have to have an added foot which flanges out the other way, but a 2-curved pot is sufficient for us on what we're trying to do. And that is your next assignment. So this is something up to you, the shape you want to make. You can have the coil showing like in this one. You can have the coil smooth, whatever you want. But I do want to have the 2 curves on it. It could be more narrow like a bottle. It could be larger like a more of a vase sort of a thing. But it's up to you on what you want to make and make that work for your next assignment. And I think that is it.